I've been sitting on this for months, and I need to get it out. I don't even know where to start, but I'll try to keep it coherent. This is long, so bear with me. I just need to vent, and maybe someone out there will get why this hurts so much. I'm 29, female, and the middle child in a family of 5. I've got an older sister, Lisa, 32, and a younger brother, Jake, 26. My parents are still married, and we grew up in a pretty typical suburban household. Think BBQs in the backyard, family game nights, all that wholesome crap. But looking back, I can see the cracks that were always there, even if I didn't want to admit it at the time. I was always the quiet one, the one who didn't make waves, didn't demand attention. Lisa was the golden child, always excelling at everything, and Jake, well, he's the baby, so he could do no wrong. Me? I was just there. This story starts last summer, around July 2024. I'd been feeling off for a while, fatigued, dizzy spells, heart racing for no reason. I chalked it up to stress. I work in marketing, and my job's been insane since the company got bought out. But one day, I collapsed at work, like full-on fainted in the middle of a Zoom call. My coworker called 911, and next thing I know, I'm waking up in an ER bed with an IV in my arm and a doctor telling me they're running tests. Turns out, I had a severe case of hyperthyroidism that had gone undiagnosed for who knows how long. My thyroid was basically in overdrive, and it was messing with my heart rate and blood pressure. They admitted me to the hospital for observation and to figure out a treatment plan. I was scared shitless, to be honest. I'd never been hospitalized before, and being alone in that sterile room with machines beeping was surreal. I called my mom first. She picked up, sounded concerned, and said she'd let everyone know. I told her I was fine, but would probably be in the hospital for a few days. She promised to come by after work. I also texted Lisa and Jake, figuring they'd want to know. Lisa sent back a quick, "OMG, feel better?" with a heart emoji, and Jake didn't respond at all. I wasn't surprised. Jake's notorious for leaving people on red, but I figured he'd at least check in eventually. The first day in the hospital was rough. I was hooked up to monitors, getting blood drawn every few hours, and the doctors were still trying to figure out the right meds to stabilize me. I kept waiting for someone to show up. Mom, Dad, maybe even Lisa. But no one came. I texted Mom that evening to ask if she was still coming, and she said she got held up at work, but would try to make it tomorrow. Okay, fine. I get it. People have lives. I tried to brush febrile feeling off, but it stung. I was alone, scared, and just wanted someone to sit with me, you know? Day 2 rolls around, and still no one. I called Dad, and he said he was swamped with a project at work, but would check in soon. Lisa texted me a picture of some flowers with a thinking of you message, which was nice, but felt like the Yao Jian system. You throw away, Sadan mad, continue to cop out. I was starting to feel like nobody cared enough to even show up. By the 3rd day, I was a mess, physically and emotionally. The doctors were finally getting my meds sorted out, but I was still hooked to an IV, and the hospital food was god-awful. I kept checking my phone, hoping for a message from my family, but all I got was radio silence. That's when I made the mistake of opening Instagram. There they were. My parents, Lisa and Jake, all smiling on a freaking beach in Florida. My parents had their arms around each other. Lisa was posing with a cocktail, and Jake was mid-laugh, holding a surfboard. The caption read, "Family vacay vibes. Best trip ever." I scrolled through the stories, videos of them laughing, eating shrimp at some seaside restaurant, clinking glasses. Posted the day I got admitted. They didn't even mention me, Not a single wish you were here or anything. I sat there, staring at my phone, feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. My family wasn't just too busy to visit. They'd gone on a full-blown vacation without me. I started spiraling. Was I not important enough? Did they forget I was in the hospital? I went back through my texts to make sure I'd actually told them. I had, clear as day. I sent Mom a text saying, "Looks like you guys are having fun in Florida. I'm still in the hospital, by the way." I know it was petty, but I was hurt. She replied hours later with, "Oh, honey, we didn't want to stress you out. We'll visit when we're back, promise." No apology, no explanation, just that. I didn't respond. What was there to say? The rest of my hospital stay was a blur, 5 days total, and not one family member showed up. My best friend Sarah came by on day 4 with coffee and a gossip magazine, which was the only thing that kept me sane. She was pissed when I told her about my family's vacation. "They did what?" she kept saying, like she couldn't believe it. I could, though. Deep down, I wasn't shocked. I'd always been the invisible one, the one who didn't get the spotlight. But this was a new low. When I got discharged, I went back to my apartment and tried to move on. My thyroid's under control now, but I'm still on meds and have to see an endocrinologist every few months. My family finally came back from their trip a week later, and Mom called, acting like nothing was wrong. "How you feeling, sweetie?" she asked, all cheery. I couldn't even fake it. I told her I was fine, but didn't want to talk. She kept pushing, saying they'd planned the trip months ago and didn't want to waste the money. Apparently, Jake had been really stressed and needed the getaway. So, what? My hospital stay didn't matter? Since then, things have been weird. Lisa tried to invite me to brunch like it was no big deal, but I declined. Jake sent me a meme a few weeks ago, like he's trying to pretend nothing happened. My parents keep asking me to come over for dinner, but I've been dodging them. I don't know how to face them without blowing up. I'm not even mad anymore, just hurt. I keep wondering what I did to be so forgettable. Was I too quiet growing up? Did I not make enough noise? I've been going to therapy to work through it, but it's slow. Every time I see those Instagram posts pop up in my memories, it's like a fresh wound. I know I need to confront them eventually, but I don't know how. Part of me wants to scream. Part of me wants to just cut them off. Sarah thinks I should lay it all out calmly, but I'm not sure I can without crying or yelling. Has anyone else been through something like this? How do you deal with feeling like your family just doesn't care? I'm trying to focus on myself, but it's hard when the people who are supposed to love you most pull something like this. Anyway, thanks for reading this novel. I just needed to get it off my chest. If you've got advice, I'm all ears.